Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. But you already know I'm back every Sunday to talk the big fight weekend, recap everything, and give you an opportunity to do the same. Voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press one time to voice your opinion. You can obviously use our Discord community. Link is here in the YouTube live chat as well as the Twitter Spaces link. We're here to discuss this weekend's Golden Boy card, and obviously if you want to call in and talk about Mick Conlon and the entire Matchroom card, you can. Jordan Gill, I believe, knocked out Mick Conlon. I didn't watch it. Not interested. Totally shocked. I'm not going to lie. I thought at least Conlon, I knew he was chinny, but I thought he would at least, win a decision. I mean, bro, yeah, he might need to consider retiring, bro. It's like definitely power is his kryptonite. So, it's going to be tough to be in this sport if you can't take a punch. But nonetheless, we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about good old Ryan Garcia and the fact that even though this was a junior welterweight fight at 140-pound limit, he got a WBA gold at 143 pounds. And look, we're not here to be mad at that. We knew that his trajectory was headed towards Rolly and the WBA. Just strange that, they did that. But nonetheless, it was a decent card. And, Ryan got a good win. He displayed some skills, some patience. He displayed a shoulder roll that a lot of people are criticizing. And he got the knockout. So he continues to display power. Now, some may still question the power when we speak of it moving up to 140, being as though this particular fight, the gentleman he was fighting in Oscar Duarte was a 35-pounder moving up. So, there will be some people to question that power because this was not a natural 140-pound fighter that he knocked out. I think that Ryan demonstrated he improved from the last time we seen him, while he still gave us a ton of new questions, right? But the good thing is that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he came out on his social media and said he'll never use that shoulder roll again. Let me just double check his socials, because I'm pretty sure I seen that last night, and if it's not on his, I'm pretty sure ESPN picked it up, because I know I read it in his comment section or something like that, right? Let me see here. Let me just screen share these until we find it. Because this one's funny, right? He says, despite the wishes of my enemies, God held me through. Shout out to Ryan. Where are we? Is it this one? Amazing. Can't wait to get back in the gym. Big thanks. Strength conditioning. Nah, this ain't it. Because he says literally like, yo, Derek didn't want me to do it. I'm never doing it again. So I got to find it. Okay. Yeah, here it goes. All right. So let me just zoom in. And he says, I want to thank everyone for their support tonight. This was a tough opponent who hit pretty hard, but we sniped the shot. My first fight under Derek James, and we are going to build off of this. Bring that roly-poly girl. 2 crying emojis. Also, never try and shoulder roll again. 1 laughing out loud emoji. For the record, Derek told me never to do that. Haha. So, shout out to Ryan for taking credit and bailing Derek out. Let's be real. Like, the talk of today probably still is from all the Monday morning quarterbacks that Ryan showed a Houston shell, right? Like, because they're saying that was Derek, right? So, like, shout out to Ryan for handling that. I would have liked to see the jab be more of a jab, and I guess it's going to take more time under that Derek James tutelage for something like that to happen, because we know that we know Earl has a good jab. We've seen that in the Mikey fight. He threw it over 1,000, right? Or something like that. I know that he's always demonstrated a great jab. Frank Martin shows a great jab. You know, Jermell Charlo has a great jab. So maybe they just need more time together, because he wasn't using a jab. I don't know if he's still in the Tank moment, and I don't know if anyone else is going to say this, but if you think about it, I hope somebody, see, I don't have the time, but I watched someone do the side-by-side. He literally was copying Tank. He was copying Tank. He was putting that hand out there and then trying to counter, except he was countering. He was having the most success with the uppercut, the counter right uppercut, right? So he'll put the hand on Duarte's high guard. As soon as Duarte's about to open up, boom, he'll counter him. Obviously, Tank did it a whole lot better. The thing is that Ryan isn't looking for one big punch, because he's always been, quote-unquote, the Flash, right? So instead of doing one big punch like Ryan did to him, like Tank did to him, he'll do a 3-punch combination, right? So he'll have his jab hand on the high guard, forcing Duarte to lean back, and then as soon as he's about to open up, he would throw the uppercut, the hook, and then the right hand. None of them shits would hit as hard as Tank's, but it did the job. That left hook, it can't be denied. He hit Duarte twice on the top, even with his hands up, hit him kind of on the top of the side of the head, and that shit just made him drunk, you know. It looked like Duarte was on that tequila all night after that. So, you know, credit to Ryan for being able to get the win in an impressive fashion in terms of knockout, right? Because had he not got this knockout, I think that a lot of people would be criticizing him, which I still believe you guys are going to do that. I don't feel the need. I feel like, you know, he's building. He said it in the post-fight. You know, he's not calling out Tank next. He didn't say T.O. next, you know. So he understands he has to continue to work. But a lot of people called in, and when we were asking what's the path for him to get his rematch, right? It started with him having to get a good, impressive win with Duarte. Most people said he needed a knockout. He got that. He got that. And there's not a lot of fighters that can do that, right? Haney can't guarantee us a knockout. He can't. Shakur, he can't guarantee us a knockout. You know, we think of Tank, we think knockout. We think of Ryan, we think knockout. You know, we think of Crawford, we think knockout. That's impressive. Because people called in demanding that knockout. And Duarte was tough. I always thought he was tough. I wish he would have hit Ryan with something a little cleaner. So that, he did, actually. He did. That fucking left hook. Can you believe that Ryan's still pulling out? I mean, that's another split shot, right? Like, for those dudes that do film study, the Campbell fight and this fight, the same fucking mistake. Like, bro, this is what I'm talking about when I say you need to do control sparring, right? What am I talking about? Control sparring would be get somebody in there for fucking 6 rounds. They throwing nothing but left hooks at this dude. So he could stop doing this funny shit. Like, what is you doing, bruh? He still got caught with the same fucking left hook, pulling both his hands down and back, trying to lean back. And he did take the shot better. Now, does Duarte hit harder than Ryan? I'm old. Does Duarte hit harder than Campbell? Does Duarte hit as hard as Tank? I don't know, bro. But Ryan did have something to say about that. And the reason we're going to listen to it is because Campbell was able to drop him with that same left hook. Obviously, he was able to get up and, win, but he got dropped. In this fight, he took it better. It could be the weight. There was a 7-pound difference, right, from 135. Or is it 1 extra pound? But the point is, there was a different weight. He had more weight to absorb the power, or Duarte just doesn't punch as hard. But according to Ryan, Duarte does punch very hard. So hard, he thinks he punches harder than Tank. So let me screen share this. Shout out to DAZN for the post-fight press conference.
It don't look hard, but it is. I'm not gonna lie, he had a hard punch. Like, his punch was hard. Like, every time I got hit back, I don't ever complain. That dude hit me so hard in the back of the head because it don't look hard, but it is hard. So I was actually more worried in this fight than I was in Tank. But Tank, it was just like, all right, it's a boxing match. Like, he's moving around, whatever, boom, boom. But this fight, I was actually like, oh, shit. Like, damn. He's trying to knock my ass out. Knock you out. So I had to be very cautious. This was scary.
So, he says that Duarte had more power than Tank. Is he selling it? Probably. You got to kind of somehow make people be like, yeah, all right, bro, you know what happened when Tank hit you. You know what I'm saying? So is he adding a little bit of fuel to the fire to keep building that fight, or is he telling the truth? I don't know. The unfortunate part about that story is that he got hit behind the head very, very hard, according to him. Thankfully, he's okay. Hopefully, there's no, residual shit from that, because we seen what happened to Pritchard Colon, and it wasn't good. Nah, Negron with the $5 super chat says, Ness cooking with the control sparring session suggestion. Nah, honestly, come on, man. I mean, bro. And not, they gonna always shit on me because I'm not them. But at the end of the day, I'm not supposed to be. I'm the motherfucker to critique you. So you ought to, what is it? Trainer of the year, world-class trainer, world-renowned. Bruh, we knew this mistake going in. That shit should have been fixed. Not to mention, you approved the left hook puncher. So that I'm shocked that he still did the same shit from the Campbell fight, like the same pullback and got caught. Again, thankfully, he took it better than the Campbell fight. It could be the weight. It could be Duarte's lack of punching power, and maybe Campbell has more. I don't know. But regardless, I'm not going to drag it. It is what it is. He got an 8th round knockout. The shoulder roll looked more like a sushi roll. I'm glad he's never going to do it again. He did have success with it, though. I cannot lie. I said it live while doing a live fight chat. The thing is, not anybody could just teach you that. So I'm going to suggest hiring Mickey Bay because you just got with Derrick James, so you're not going to get up and leave and come to Mayweather's and try to get under Mayweather on some cross promotion with Oscar. It just ain't going to happen. And the only other dude that could show you that is Floyd Sr., and he's not really training these days. So you could pick it up from Otis Pemberton, the trainer at Kamel, or you could pick it up from Mickey Bay. You could bring in Mickey Bay the way that Bill Haney brought in Mickey Bay, and Derrick is still that dude that does everything. Keep working on the basics because his chin wasn't up in the air as much as he was in the past. He wasn't fighting as tall as he usually does. Let Derrick keep working on them basics. Give me my jab. Like, you got all this speed, motherfucker pop a motherfucker in his face with the jab. I don't care what puncher you is. When you go to throw that big-ass punch, if you hit him in the fucking nose, it stops everything. It stops everything. Get back to your jab, champ. Like, what is you to flash for if you're not going to use a jab? That jab is going to always blind the right. So you throw in a jab so they can't see the right. Throw the jab to hook off that jab so they can't see the hook. You just putting that, and again, I think he got caught up in, Tank did this to me. How did Tank do this to me? He looked so good doing this to me. Did he copy and Tank? Because that hand on Duarte all night for no fucking reason, just holding it there. Was he tired? Was he using a stiff arm to hold Duarte back so he could rest? I don't know. I just didn't like it. Just jab. Just jab. You fast as Sugar Ray. Jab, motherfucker, jab. Jab, jab, jab some more. And eventually your shot going to open up, which it was. Fuck, I said I was going to move on, but again, Derrick, you know you under scrutiny right now. This man's footwork was all over the place, and I get it. He's zealous. He hype. He want that right hand, so he's selling out. Truth be told, though, he throwing that right like a fucking tennis racket. His feet be all over the place. Even his step back left hook, he jumped in the air with the front foot. They still got some work to do. He got a good win. They got some work to do. I'm not trying to be overly critical. Come on, man. Why y'all get mad? Who else is you going to compare this man's speed to? You see how fast he is? Like, dang, y'all some haters. Point is, they still got some work to do. They got to get to the lab. That footwork was crazy. Like, when he loaded up, his feet never in the right place. His feet, and again, I'm nobody, and we've seen anomalies in the past where people don't do the traditional teachings of boxing and they're successful, a la Muhammad Ali and whoever else you can throw in there that isn't technically what you expect. Excuse me, but those feet were crazy to me. He got the win, but we need the work. My suggestion, again, I said those two suggestions. Bring in Mickey Bay if you want to keep doing the shoulder roll, because again, why I say keep it, he had hella success with the uppercut. He's so fast when he's in that shoulder roll and his opponent is trying to do something. The issue he had was with the left hook, which with Rolly, he can't do the shoulder roll with Rolly. Rolly is going to do what Duarte did not do. Rolly's going to go boom, 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 3 hooks in a row. We seen it in the spawn session with Ryan and Rolly. Rolly will not stop throwing that left hook. Ryan can't do the shoulder roll with Rolly unless he masters it, because if he does, that left hook will never land. He'll be in that shoulder roll. It's going to come, but he going to land his uppercut because of his speed. And Ryan's bread and butter is the hook. So uppercut, hook, like the torque is, everything is there. You're coming, boom, twisting right back, boom, it's over. But you feel me? He got to master that shit because homie was open for the overhand right Maidana style. Granted, not anybody could throw that. So shout out to Duarte who could. He just, why the fuck is my glasses keep getting dirty? Duarte could just not, he wasn't active enough. This dude just wasn't doing enough. It was his moment to capitalize on it. He just didn't do enough. He was following. He wasn't throwing enough jabs, and he was ridiculously slow. Let's be real. The times that he did try to throw punches to cut the ring off, like he ended up in the ropes, and Ryan wasn't even there. Shout out to Bernard and Oscar. They trying. They were at the post fight. They were in the ring. They were on Ryan's side of the ring before the announcement of the winner. You know. So credit to them, they trying. So according to Ryan, he says he's changing his alias in the ring from Super Rye to Ryan, Super Rye, Garcia, I guess Super Rye. I don't know. I thought he was the Flash. I guess he wants to calm down. I get it. But shoulder roll. Bring in Mickey Bay, bro. I wish this dude was, you know, because after the Tank shit, he ain't rocking with me, which I'm going to bring up because I was obviously on the right side of that argument. Check out this interview he did talking about that. Not that, but this.
I mean, there was two things against me. It was one where I was at in myself, and then on top of it, how drained I was. You know, it was people don't understand how bad it is to cut that much weight and then not being able to rehydrate. That's some bullshit. You know, I don't care. Nobody accepts it. And you see now in other fights when people are trying to put that on other people, they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I won't accept that. Because nobody wants, that's how you get out of a fight. But I chose to not let that happen and just make the fight so I could inspire some people on you know, or at least make boxing live again. It wasn't my best performance, but damn, we did make a Vegas filled with energy again like back in the day. And that's what I want to get this for, but I'll never do that again.
Shout out to Ryan. So obviously that weight cut was a big deal and took a lot from him. But again, just moving on before we get on to the next two fights that I'm going to talk about and then open up these phone lines. Opponent selection. I hear them talking Rolly. I hear O'Hara Davies saying, look, I'm going to show you how it's done with Ishmael Basuro, and you ain't never going to get no Rolly fight. That's my belt, yada, yada. But those are the guys he needs to fight. You know, since O'Hara Davies is fighting in January, I recommend Ryan fight sometime in February. You know, what we in November, end of November, beginning of December. He got plenty of time. He's young. Come back. Fight February, late February, very early March. First week, second week of March, spring break type shit. Versus Arnold Barboza. Arnold, he should be able to beat Arnold or he doesn't belong, and that's just the bottom line. No disrespect to Arnold. I plan on interviewing him Monday, but Arnold is older with less power, and I'm pretty sure when we interview him, he's going to say he has less amateur background. You know, this would be Arnold Barboza's Rocky moment. So, you know, we're talking 35% knockout ratio. That's less than what Duarte had, but I believe Barboza has more skill than Duarte, but he's 31. Not that that's, oh, you're over the hill. He's just older than the younger, fresher, faster, stronger Ryan. But it gives you and your trainer another opportunity to work on things before the Davies fight, because that O'Hara-Davies fight will be tricky. I do foresee Mr. O'Hara-Davies getting that win over Ishmael Basurro, but Davies is a good fighter. He's only got that one loss to Jack Catterall and that one loss to Josh Taylor. Now think about that. The guys that he lost to arguably lost to each other. Crazy triangle of sins this man's tied up in. So, you know, you cannot overlook him. Then he's 5'7", and it's the reach, I believe. So I just want to double check, right? They don't have it. Bullshit. But his arms are crazy long, bro. He looks crazy in the ring, man. His arms is long. You know, it's not that he uses that length, because he's got an awkward style where he kind of crouches down a bit. But look, he's not an easy fight is what I'm telling you. Okay, so it's Barrasso. Barrasso, not Basurro. Okay, Barrasso. Point is, look, he ain't winning. So, Ishmael, I wish you luck. Those are two good fights for Ryan. Before you get to that Rolly fight, because no disrespect, I know we gonna pick Ryan over Rolly, and he might win that fight. It's just not gonna be as easy as y'all think. You seen, I mean, Ryan had the nerve. He is very lucky. He was borderline about to get Shakur out there having bloody fingers from all the tweeting. Just borderline. Because he started to run a little bit. Like, no disrespect, we seen it, and it was starting to get a bit distasteful. He fixed it. He stopped. He let hands go, and he eventually got a knockout. But the man was, you know, picking up the pace the minute he seen Duarte was about to come on him. But Shakur did have something to say, and this is what he said.
Ryan's fight. I think that dude was tailor-made for Ryan. He's right in front of Ryan, and Ryan did what he was supposed to do.
Your thoughts or reaction to Ryan's fight?
I think that dude was tailor-made for Ryan. He's right in front of Ryan, and Ryan did what he was supposed to do.
So remember, these two have been having that little back and forth. I don't recommend Ryan going into that fight, but I tell you what, there's been a lot of people on social media, not on our platforms, but like on ESPN Ringside and where else? DAZN Boxing, I think. People believe that Ryan beats Shakur. It could be the power. You know, we do fall in love with power. That's why those guys are usually the ticket sellers and the draws. But in order to beat Shakur, he's going to need a lot more than just that left hook. And he's got to work on a lot of things. He would be the bigger man, stronger man. I don't know about faster, because Shakur, you know, is this master boxer, they say. So the timing could be something that disrupts Ryan. But before he gets even in a Rolly fight, I would rather him go through Barboza first, O'Hara-Davies next, and get a fucking jab working. You need a Jermell Charlo, Earl Spence-like jab. Like, you can't be coming out that camp without a jab. But moving on to the last two things. I know we got some callers. I'm trying to get through it. Shout out to Kid Austin Floyd Schofield for coming out. Much like Shakur, I think Shakur had a little bit more fights than Schofield by the time he put on the Puerto Rican flag. Floyd Schofield yesterday did the ring walk. He had the Dominican flag, got the win draped in the Dominican flag, and their ring outfits, hoodies and shit, had the Dominican flag on the shoulder. And he did an interview with Fight Hype, and they asked him about it, and he said his grandmother and his father are the ones that are Dominican. So I'm assuming his father is half Dominican, because if he's full Dominican, he never once spoke a lick of Spanish to me. But that would be interesting, because I could see it. I thought more, if any Caribbean, I thought more Jamaican, but that's obviously my brain associating him and his dreadlocks, which is probably the reason. Not to say that we don't, because everybody know Vaquero and a bunch of Dominicans out there, especially, I mean, in San Pedro alone, right? What's the baseball player? Ramirez? But again, I'm going to interview the dad to get a little more information, but I'm glad they came out the closet with it and, tried to tap into their roots the way that Shakur did, because it's an open market. There's a fan base there. Tap into it. And let me tell you, I was doing the live, and when Schofield was being interviewed by Sybil and his bandana had the Dominican flag on it, I screenshotted it, took a picture, and I added the gif of Drake saying, "Let's go," right? And I'm like, yo, Dominican Twitter going crazy right now. Bro, that shit got like 90 retweets. So Dominicans was really happy for him, right? And we need one. We need one. I know the video interview that we did with Brad Goodman, the top-ranked matchmaker, is going viral on Twitter. Shout out to Dan the Man for clipping that, because he said that, De Los Santos is on the level of Shakur and that he's going to keep Keyshawn and Murataya away from De Los Santos. So, boy, they got De Los Santos in the Boxing Hall of Fame off that, on Twitter at least. But, yeah, man, Schofield did good. I mean, first-round knockout. I think it was 4 knockdowns. What more can you ask for? And it's time to put him in with someone. I'm not mad that they're still trying to make the JoJo fight, but if we can't get this JoJo fight in the first quarter, we need to walk away. We can't keep giving Schofield this level of opposition just because we're waiting for JoJo Diaz and for that fight to actually happen. That being said, JoJo did come out on Instagram and Twitter and whatever forms of social media he used to say that he was watching a fight and Schofield ain't shit and he wants that fight. And, Schofield reposted his thing and, quote tweeted like, send a contract, which I don't even know how that works. These guys with the send the contract shit, neither are A-sides at this point. If anything, Schofield's more of an A-side than JoJo. All JoJo has is the past to hold on to. He needs the win over Schofield in order to be relevant again. So, yeah, man. Hopefully they make that fight. Schofield, what can I say? 4 knockdowns and a knockout. He looked good. He dropped dude with a jab. He dropped dude with counter combinations. Everything we want. I just need to see it versus better opposition. If he can do that versus JoJo, which I don't know. Has anybody dropped JoJo? Then you're showing me something. So I look forward to that fight. Last but not least, I just want to double check with Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Did he fight at 60 or was that 68? No, he did fight at 60. So shout out to him and the WBA because He had won a 68-pound belt in his previous fight. Excuse me. Shout out to him. All right, so in the Jason Quigley, he won a WBO, middleweight, NABO. But somewhere, I think in the Gabe Rosado fight, in the Quigley fight, he lost that. But in the Gabe Rosado fight, the Demetrius Ballard fight, that was another WBO, NABO at 60. Man, I could have sworn he had a strap at 68 in the Pomona Theater, man. Because that's when I was campaigning for him versus Berlanga. But the point is he dropped back down to 60. This is his second fight now at 60, and he picked up a WBA strap at 60. So that will put him, inch him towards Islandri Lara or something. I don't think that he makes it to that. Not before, he gets to a fight with like a Berlanga, which it's being reported that he is fighting that guy like Patty McRoy or something like that. I've never even heard of. But outside of that, those are really the only fights I want to talk about. I did watch the Darius Fulgham fight. He did get the knockout as we predicted. Pacino Hill is, he is what he is. Other than that, phone lines are open. I got Anthony with a counter punch real quick.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Absolutely free way to support the show. I'm not asking for donations, but definitely dropping a 5-star review on iTunes is a way to support the show. Hitting the thumbs up is a way to support the show. Sharing the show on your social media, your Instagram, your stories. If you tag me on both my personal and on the Boxing Voice, I will repost you if you into that. So definitely share the show. Help us grow. We're trying to get to 1 million subscribers around here. We cannot do that alone. We obviously need you guys to help us get to that next level. Right now, looks like we're at 184,670. So if you haven't subscribed, this is the perfect time to subscribe so we can see a change right now in real time in front of everybody's eyes. Modern King Boxing, $2 Super Chat says, Woods great, TBV for life with the fire emoji. We got Ant with the counter. What is up?
What it do? What it do? Good evening. Good evening. Hope you're well, Ness. So I didn't tune into the Ryan card until because there was a lot going on. Yeah, like BKFC, UFC. By the way, that bare knuckle boxing is fun, bro. It's fun.
What?
Bro, I enjoyed
Stop,
it.
bro. That shit is gruesome.
Yeah,
Gruesome.
it is. It was brutal. It was brutal, but they get to action quick. Like, it's a sprint. Like, somebody getting out of there. Like, niggas quitting left and right because it's like one jab and it's a broken orbital. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no room for error. But so I tuned into the Ryan card like right as Schofield, whoever he is. I don't know. I don't even know what his name is, but Schofield, you know what I'm talking about. That buff hamster looking dude. He looked like a jack little hamster in there. I never seen him fight. I was like, who the fuck is this dude? He is jacked. Like, he clearly don't miss a day in the gym. That's a dude, and he punching for real. Like, he had that dude. Like, why they keep putting him in there with these bums? Like, how about fight somebody real, somebody's not gonna go down in the first round? How does he get any better this way? I don't understand. You got a talent like that, and you're putting him in here with dudes just laying down. But anyways, what I really want to talk about is all these people who call into your show talking just like who they do name Duarte, just talking just like he was about Ryan before the fight. You know what he was saying? Ryan's a coward. He's a quitter. He's not really Mexican. In Mexico, where the real fighters are at, blah, blah, blah. Like, he had a lot to say. He sounds just like average boxing fan or Baby Joker, who, by the way, called in with the biggest flip-flop I've ever heard in my life yesterday, Ness. Oh, my God. He called in here. I'm like, what, is this the same dude who was just questioning Ryan's heart, who was saying he wasn't Mexican? And there's a lot of people that was doing that. But where they at now? Calling on that same stuff, saying that he ain't have no heart, saying that he was going to lay down. You know, that's what Duarte said. He said he a quitter, so he going to make him quit. I didn't see none of that. You know what I'm saying? Hold these dudes accountable who was saying that before the fight, had a lot to say about Ryan's heart, had a lot to say about his skills. I felt like it was disrespectful, and I said that before, and I'm saying it now after he knocked his ass out. You know, we had him in there on stanky legs, and it wasn't even the left hook. His best punch, it was the right hand. You know, that's how you know Ryan's improving. I think you're being a little harsh on him with the movement. You know, I like the movement. You know, he's got to move. He can't sit there and just exchange punches with these dudes left and right, like rock 'em, sock 'em. Fuck that shit. Get off the line, work on your movement, work on your boxing. The shoulder roll, it wasn't really – I mean, come on, man. He's like turning his back kind of like – I don't know. I've never seen it done like that. But it worked. It was effective. He wasn't getting, like, teed off on, you know, so it may not look aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But if something's effective, you know, I think that you should keep that going. You know, I really like what I saw, you know, out of Ryan a lot. You know, he's a superstar, great hands, great-looking guy, you know. And also, he's got the best trunk game in the business, Ness. Tell me who got better trunks than Ryan Garcia. That he really be going out. Remember when he had them suede?
I didn't really get the trunks though, because it said Henry. So was it like a shout out for his dad? And what's up with his dad? Did he break up with the mom? Because why is his hair straight dyed black? Like he trying to look young again. Like he ain't got no grays. Like what's up with Henry?
It's about that time, you know. It's about that time, you know. Once you hit a certain age, Ness, you know, you start looking at sports cars and you looking at hair transplants. You know what I'm saying? You just hit that certain age, you know.
You funny.
You know what I'm saying? Midlife crisis type of shit. You know that's what he going through. But I really like his trunks. Like he had them nice what it was like the Hublot trunks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dior trunks. Like he really do this shit. You know, that's what these guys need to do. They need to take notes. You want to be a superstar, you got to dress like a superstar. You got to look like a superstar. You got to walk like a superstar. You gotta talk like one.
How about perform like one?
That's the cherry on top. That's what separates.
So
you know,
what's so impressive about these shorts, bro? Because like I'm lost. I mean, I'm not. What was so impressive about it?
I liked it. It looked pretty high level. It looked pretty expensive. I guarantee you his shorts are worth, you know, $400,000-$500,000. Guaranteed 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
bruh,
yeah. He always got some
tripping.
Yeah. I promise you he do. I promise you them things is worth a lot of money. You know, his trunk game is always on point. The robe was nice. You know, I pay attention to all that stuff, you know, and that's superstar performance for me.
I did fuck with the robe, though. I did like the robe in the locker room. I remember that.
That was nice. That was real nice. And, like, certain guys, you know, like little baby Jared Anderson. And, like, I don't really like his thing. He do, like, the Cookie Monster looking stuff, you know, kind of like Boots a little bit, you know, how Boots come out with the puffy kind of I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm talking about, like the fur almost, like he got a fur on.
Okay,
you know,
so
like that thing from,
I just want to say I misspoke. There's clearly a picture of the mom and father and son in the ring together. My bad. Maybe Henry just, you know, keeping it hot for his wife. You feel me? My
for
bad.
For his lady. Yeah, keep spicing it up. You know, he probably about 55 now, 60 years old. Come on,
I don't know. He looking 24 in the picture. I swear. You know, I need to find out who's his stylist and shit.
That boy got that just for men on him. That just for men on. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that gray out. You know, but I'm excited for his next fight. Hopefully it's Rolly. That's a big fight, and it ain't gonna be easy. I'll probably tap back in with you. Listen to some of these callers, you know.
Ryan posted his belt. That's crazy. They gave him a belt, bruh. I mean, it's the gold. The first time I seen the gold, I think, first time I remember a fighter getting the gold was Virgil Ortiz, and I ain't know what the hell that was either. It's under all of them, so it's like super, regular, interim, gold. So, I mean, it's definitely above them other ones where it's like WBA Continentals and Intercontinentals and, you know. Fats, what up, though?
Yo,
What's good?
what's good, my nigga? Yeah, man. I saw some improvement from Ryan last night on the Derek James. You know what I'm saying? I definitely saw something different in his game. Like you said, bro, he got to work on that jab, yo. At first he was throwing it out there like the first couple rounds. Then he started doing that stiff arm move shit. I'm
Word.
like, bro, if you pop the jab out there, you can gauge the distance. You get what I'm saying? Like. And I ain't gonna lie, people ain't like the shoulder roll thing, but it was effective. I was saying the same thing. I was like, yo, he kind of picking off some of them shots, but like Derek was telling him, you're not keeping your hand high enough when you rolling with it. Like you keep catching you over the top with the left hand, like you're not keeping your hand high enough. But I feel like I never saw Ron fight like that though. You get what I mean?
Word.
Like it kind of looked like it actually looked like he was thinking in there. Unlike the Tank fight, he talking about, oh, I just got bored in there, so you just got knocked out. Like that was dumb as hell. Like, like when he said that shit, I'm like, what the hell are he talking about? So it looked like this fight, he really used his head. You know what I mean? He listened to his trainer. Uh, one thing you gotta learn if he is gonna use that defense when he was getting inside, he was letting dude tee off on him. I'm like, yo, Ryan, hold him. Like you gotta hold him so the referee will reset once you get up under him or once he get up under you. Like you letting him just tee off on you, like, and then you turning your back and he hitting you behind your head. It's like, bro, like he gotta fix that. But it's just hard to take him serious, man. He up there talking about, oh, this felt like a real fight and he taking it more seriously. It's like, bro, you should have been took it seriously. Like, how all of a sudden this shit at a catch weight? Was it a catch weight the whole time? I thought it was at 140 the whole time. I'm like, what?
Contracted catch weight. It was contracted.
See, it's an ash. There's a little stipulation in there. What that mean? Like, like I don't know what that mean, man. Like, how you ain't make 140, but hopefully he can continue to improve under Derek James. You know what I'm saying? If Derek James can really rebuild him into another fighter, that also speaks on a trainer he became and he evolved after that Bud Crawford ass whooping because he was on his high horse and he thought he knew it all. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that you can tell he went back to the drawing board and he added some stuff to his coaching because he ain't never teach Earl to move laterally around the ring and like that. So, you know, uh, I look forward to see what's up with Ryan in the future. I appreciate it.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
You may feel like it's your turn, but
Tyron,
it's
what
not your
up?
turn.
Yo, what's good, man?
What up? What up?
How you feeling, man?
Can't complain, man. Good fights. Good
Yes,
knockouts.
sir. Yes, sir, man. Shouts out TBV and everybody tuning in. I hope everybody tuning in is blessed. Had a good weekend. Um, yeah, man. I liked some things that Ryan did. Started the fight, liked how he using his jab. Um, Ryan has one of the fastest, if not probably the quickest, fastest hands in boxing. That can't be debated. Top three for sure. I like how he was using his jab. Then he stopped using it. But what I realized is Ryan is like he's a one tempo guy, just straight speed. Every shot that he throw is just speed. And I feel like like with the jab, sometimes he needs to set that jab up, for the right hands. But he was countering effectively. But it's a lot of holes in Ryan game. I don't like the Tootsie Roll that he displayed, and you can tell that defensive wise, I don't know how I don't feel like he's comfortable in a defensive, meaning I don't know if he can um defend certain shots, because when he went to that quote unquote shoulder roll in the press conference, he was saying basically he just went to it. And I think that he's still recovering from the Tank KO. He does not like getting hit to the body. He does not like getting hit to the body. I repeat again, the body shots Ryan cannot take. He do not like getting hit. When he was getting to the hit to the body, that's when he would start getting, to the shoulder roll. That shoulder roll was terrible. Not effective at all. I don't care what no one says. I think the referee helped Ryan Garcia as well. When that shoulder roll, you could tell he always kept turning his back, and it kind of frustrated Duarte because it was like the ref kept stopping. But it's like, yo, if the guy is keep turning his back to me, what am I supposed to do? Just wait till he, turn around? So I think certain shots and things of that nature, was effective for Ryan. But again, I think Ryan had the referee on his side kind of throughout the fight. When Ryan was doing the little tootsie roll and kept turning his back to him. And, Derrick James didn't want that. So I think, it was impressive that Ryan got that KO in the later round, but he's food for the top guys at 140. He's food, man. I don't see him beating Haney. And honestly, Rolly is a 50-50 fight to me, Ness. When Duarte was hitting him with shots, you could tell it was affecting Ryan. If Ryan get hit cleanly, I think he get KO, man. And shouts out to Floyd, man. Schofield, man, he won that night. He won the night. The dude impressed me very, very well. But
it's not
that's just my call, man. Much work for Ryan.
Appreciate you, champ. But that's exactly why I am recommending Arnold Barboza next. 37% KO ratio. After that, fight O'Hara Davies for the interim. Then go after Rolly, who is a puncher, who does throw that left hook pretty often. Kerry, counterpunch. Kerry G, what up? If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know we rocking out here every day, twice a day, Monday through Friday. We're doing fight chats on Saturday and obviously the recap for the weekend here on Sundays, every day, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got Modern King Boxing, $2 Super Chat says, what's great TBV for life? 7 Jimmy, 7 Rivera with the fat $50 Super Chat. Drop a bomb. One more time. And he says, big win for Mexican Americans. You need to give extra crow to Brandon, the friendly neighborhood car hauler who said Garcia would lose because he's a talker, not a walker. When Brandon is the talker, why would anyone take him serious after this? DMV out. Damn, where my bullet? Where the guns at? Shots fired. Kerry G counter punch. We hear you.
Joining into the space. Word. So one thing I gotta know is because this has been bugging me out. I've been trying since the beginning of this year. I've been trying to figure out Ryan Garcia's real height, and it is a complete mystery nest. If you Google it, it says it's 5'9". On the fight, it says it's 5'10". If you look up on articles when the Tank fight was happening, they're like strong, powerful, standing at 5'11", and then during the Tank fight, they registered it on the screen as 5'8". So 4 different sources cannot get this kid's his height right. But it's just weird to me. But I think he did much better than he did in the past. That jab, when he had that jab being a power jab, that shit was working, and that was keeping homeboy off of him. And I think we got to give Ryan like a little bit of credit just for the fact that we always ask boxers to make an adjustment, but we're used to liking the adjustments that are made. Like, it's just that Ryan made good adjustments. They just looked ugly, but like, that's just his IQ is coming along much more because I think the seriousness and Derek James. So his IQ, however, was leveled up enough by Derek James. That's what he created. Like I said, the ugly, people calling it the sushi roll, the Tootsie roll. Like that shit, it wasn't that pretty, but it was an adjustment that he made. It didn't look good to us, but it worked in the ring. We liked the power jab, and once he stopped with the power jab, we saw Duarte start coming on a bit more with the pressure. But when he started doing that like stiff arm jab, didn't like it myself. Most of the callers that I see you too did not like it, but there were times where he was able to push him off with that stiff arm jab and then come in with the straight right, which I think Ryan should use his straight rights more because it seems with his height, it's usually there for him to land, but I don't know if he just doesn't feel like it's going to be there or he doesn't want to expose himself, but I think he needs to get more confidence in his right hand. The footwork looked a lot better. He was doing that circling really well for the first 4.5, 5 rounds. And then, like, it's just weird. It's like, it's not like a fighter loses focus. I didn't see a loss of focus. It just seemed like what he thought was working wasn't working anymore, even though it looked like it was to everybody else. And he kind of just started getting a little bit of panic trying to figure it out. But he did. I like that he has real power and that it carries late. So I really think that's good for him on moving forward in the division. And I didn't mind the catch weight. I've kind of, the sport's been getting me over catch weights. Now I'm kind of just like have one or the other. Like I wouldn't be mad if Canelo pulled some A-side shit on David Benavidez and was just like, listen, you want to earn this fight? I did all my shit by the legends who forced me to do their stipulations when I fight them. Give David Benavidez the hydration clause. You can't catch weight it because they're fighting at the weight. I don't want that shit, but like I feel like that'd be the one thing that would make Canelo like want to actually give him the fighters, like give him the rehydration clause. But back off that point, that came to me when I was thinking about it, where I could see him doing like a catch weight for Benavidez at like 187 or 190. I mean, not catch weight. I mean, a hydration clause saying that he can't go to like 200 like he do. And even though his father said he was around 188, 190 on the fight night. But I just think that'd be one thing to help push the fight over. I know we don't want to see it, but if we want to see it, like things we saw in the past, that's what we had. So, it'd be like that sometimes. But Schofield looked pretty cool. Definitely want to see him stop sidestepping and up the competition. But he looked like he's strong and explosive enough to give anyone at 135 a problem. That's why I want to see him like get maybe 1 or 2 more fights just to give some time for Golden Boy because, they did take a hit in Stars and they're trying to rebuild the stable again. So, like, maybe 1 or 2 more fights and then try to match it up with Zepeda if he's able to acquire a belt next year. I think that'd be cool. And that Amazon Prime shit I've been hearing about.
You think he's ready for Zepeda already?
I think just because of, like, you saw when, like, it wasn't that adversity that we wanted to see in his last fight, right? But I thought it was, like, we need to see something, like, show us something, right? And I think that toughness, when he caught that headbutt and started gushing, that was a gusher. Like, that was a serious-ass cut because you still see he has a really, really prominent scar on his face. When he caught that headbutt, licked that shit and smiled and got back to business, I was like, okay, that showed me something. Not necessarily him showing us something defensively again, like, getting some pressure put on him by another fighter's IQ or their pressure or their offensive pressure. But I think that, like, his mentality, I think that fight gave him I'm unstoppable type of mentality. Not this last fight, like, which would just help continue that unstoppable mentality because he did, like, fucking 4 knockdown ruled his ass. But I think that him going through that cut and, like, really rising to the occasion really well with it, even though the opponent wasn't that dangerous last fight, I think that probably helps him feel a bit powerful. And like I said, I want 1 or 2 more fights. So do I think he's ready? Eye test wise, maybe, but like for sure, I definitely want 1 or 2 more fights. And also Zepeda has been waiting for a belt, so I would like him to, I'm not into like marinating fights, but there's a reasonable time to give someone to like at least establish his position, So like I would like to see Zepeda get a belt and then get to defend it.
How do you see the JoJo fight?
One, I don't know. I don't know if JoJo wants to fight anymore. I haven't heard any crap back, and I know he was dealing with that like little underage scandal with that chick. So I don't know if that is the reason.
He certainly came out on social media yesterday saying that he's taking the fight.
All right, so as long as I guess is whatever potentially legal stuff he might have that doesn't I don't like it kind of put me off to JoJo, but I would like to see the Schofield fight, and I think Schofield's too explosive for JoJo. I don't think that I think his losses that he had got have made him will probably make him a big gun shy once he feels that power from Schofield. And yeah, release Ryan Garcia's real height. That is weird. Why do 4 different sources?
Those are both for your calls. We appreciate you, obviously. We going out to Jay Bizzle.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir. We hear you, Jay Bizzle.
I wanted to see why I wasn't hearing anybody talk about Ryan Garcia not fighting a true 140-pounder. All of the 140-pound fights that he done fought so far only been with guys that he brought up from 135. So I'm trying to see why I'm not hearing like none of the rumbles about stuff like that. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I mean, because he doing what everybody else doing. It's the same shit Tank doing. Everybody bringing somebody up. Canelo just brought somebody up. It's just part of the sport. But all right, Jay Bizzle, short and sweet. C-Dub.
Yo, how the audio?
Straight.
What's up, man? Shout out TBV. Smash that like button, it's free. Do something with yourself. Yeah, man. Did they call and get their crow? The ones that picked Duarte? We hope they did, man. You know, picking against Ryan, man. I don't know what they thought, what they was looking at. You know, I guess they believe Bernard. I guess they thought Bernard was telling the truth, man, when he said boxing to call your bluff. And they thought, they was gonna get Ryan Garcia, I guess. I don't know. But he showed some good stuff. He showed that he could do different things. He showed his legs. He showed that he got lateral movement. He still got the pop. He had a nice jab, and working off the back foot. And sometimes he was turning the guy, going to the middle of the ring, pivoting. But that defense, man, bending over. And why, I'm gonna say what they said when Shakur and Santos, why the guy wasn't skilled enough to step to the side to take advantage of Ryan bending over, but still, you're not going to get that lucky all the time. You're only going to step up from here. So you definitely got to fix that shit. So, yes, Gatorade commercial still coming out. They probably about to drop the new Gatorade flavor. And shit, yeah, I don't know. I guess they got on watch boxing. I guess he didn't know that, or he maybe watched boxing, but he didn't know that Tank had pulled up Hector Garcia. He didn't know that Canelo, just fought Jamel Charlo from two divisions down. They all doing it. That's why I don't cry about when one person doing it, if everybody doing it. Do as the Romans do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, on to the next. Ryan, let's see Ryan and Rolling now. Or, Ryan and a real 140 pounder, like Buddy said, it is time to fight a 140 pounder, somebody in the belt rankings and the organization rankings. And we'll do it like that. Shout out TBV. Better do something with yourself.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that Arnold Barboza fight next. Keep working. Keep doing your thing. Tip Bellis, what up?
What's the word?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. Good card last night. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley, he showed up like I expected him to. Damn, Ryan don't need to be in the ring with anybody in the top 5 of 140 right now at all. He's just not ready, bro. He's just not ready. And they need to seriously take their time with him until he could get himself together. Like, he be off balance when he throw his hooks and shit. He be throwing everything hard, you know what I'm saying? He don't even set shit up, you know what I'm saying? Everything's just hard and fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even just use his jab the way he's supposed to, just touch him with it, you know what I'm saying? And he was killing me. I think it was in the later half of the fight. He was circling around for 2 rounds, just like doing a whole bunch of unnecessary movement. Like, bro, if that's anybody else who gonna let their hands go and not Duarte, bro, they're putting you down, bro. Like, you're exhausting too much energy. Like, it's crazy. And then he came out there with that bullshit ass shoulder roll, bro. I don't know what the fuck that shit was, bro. And I knew, and like, I knew Duarte was gonna fuck up, bro, and punch him behind the head because of how Ryan had his body positioned so tight. And that's why Sean kept saying, throw the triple hook. Because if he threw the triple hook, he wouldn't have been able to block it, or it would have turned his body into a certain position where he could have set up more punches. Because Ryan was already out of position where he couldn't punch. Yeah, I don't want to see him versus Rollies. I think Rollies just need to get in there with a real contender. You know what I'm saying? So they could get that belt up off him because he's just holding up 140 himself. Yeah, that's about it, man.
All right. We got Cliff, Connecticut.
Yo. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the registered nurse dude. I remember when he was on your show, yo. That boy, he looked good. It's kind of weird though, cause you don't know how good anybody is until they get like the right opponent. But I like what I saw to him. He looked really good. Nice, a lot of potential. I can't wait to see his next fight. Floyd Schofield.
Who's the registered nurse dude? What the hell?
The first fight, that guy. I thought I saw him on your show. Maybe I saw him on the other show. The kid, the first fight.
I ain't even see the first
fight. Registered nurse.
I don't know which fight that was.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
The fight before Mosley. The Darius is his name, Darius?
Oh, Fulgham. Yeah. Registered nurse. Wow, wow. Out of we interviewed him, but out of everything, that's what you remember. Like, my man was an Olympian.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know him. I'm just, I
know.
him on your show.
I hear you, but he got 8
knockouts
before yesterday.
He was,
just go ahead. Never mind. You wasting your time on that call. Go ahead. Just do your thing. We know who you talking about now.
Yeah, I like him, and he came from being a regular working dude, and he gave up his career to pursue boxing. Is basically how I fucking remember him. But I like him, and Schofield. I like Schofield too. I don't believe Zepeda should fight Schofield though, because that's a disrespect, slap in the face to Zepeda. Zepeda deserves to get some big names because I believe he could arguably probably beat some big names. He should fight someone like Shakur or Frank Martin, like I seen advertised, because I would pick him versus Frank Martin. And Shakur, the way Shakur fought his last fight, you never know what's gonna happen with him. So I would like Zepeda to get bigger fights, not fighting someone like Floyd. But I would like to see Floyd get, the way they're moving him is good. Like, just find someone who could give him a lot of resistance and not let him do what he does best. He's a knockout fighter, so find someone who ain't. I seen him get pushed in maybe like a fight or two ago. Find people who aren't gonna let him just run over them, so he could kind of go through some adversity a few more times and move him correctly, the way Devin was moving before he became a champion. Don't just throw him in there with Zepeda, even though he might win, but that's just not it's not a good fit for me. And looking at Ryan reminds me of the player, like an NBA player that has all the talent. He can do every fucking thing on the court, but he just lacks fundamentals.
But it's not
your time. Ryan just needs some.
Cliff, that's your time. Appreciate you. Yo, it's funny you bring up Zepeda because I posted on the community page yesterday which is the better fight. is it Cepeda versus Frank or Cepeda versus Shakur? And we got 180 comments on this and 217 likes. So yeah, the community page. It seems like they prefer the Frank fight over the Shakur Cepeda fight. But Shakur, it's funny that Shakur bumped into Frank on that Friday. I mean, Shakur bumped into Cepeda on that Friday event and Frank on a Saturday, or vice versa, but not into each other. JB, what up?
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Yo, Ness, man. Thanks for another show, man, for giving us the content as always, man. Yo, Tip Bayless, man, he's one of my favorite callers, man, but he's all wrong, man. He's saying bullshit shoulder roll, man. I respectfully disagree. You can't call something bullshit that is working effectively, man. Goddamn, Duarte couldn't get his shit off everything.
He got a call. You back?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a yo, man. Hey, I'll come back to me, man. Come back to me. That's the wife.
Jay Dykeman, all right then.
Hello, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yo, decent card, decent fight. It's crazy the way y'all keep trying to. Let me put it this way: what you see in Ryan Garcia is a young fighter developing. The more he fights, the more he develops, the better he looks. That's what you see in Ryan. I think he fought 3 times this year. And you can't do shit with Tank. That's a given. But everybody else, I mean, he's looking good against that. He fought. His only loss was against Tank. So everybody loses against Tank. That's nothing new about that. So I think you got to give him uh, the benefit of the doubt. Also, like what Derek James is doing with him, because remember he was looking for a trainer because he was in the Canelo camp, and I noticed that a lot of times in the Canelo camp they teach you, straight on Mexican boxing, which works for a lot of people. A lot of Mexicans doing Mexican boxing is fucking up a lot of people who don't know how to do it. So it works for him, but it wasn't working for him because he's I don't know, I think he hangs around with a lot of African Americans and his style shows. It doesn't equate Mexican boxing. So what Derek James is doing for him is working because he looked it better, and he just started. He just started with Derek James, and he looked it better than he had in his last fight with Tank. In fact, when I saw the fight again with Tank, he looked it good in that fight. He was banging with Tank, except Tank is, going to be Tank. Gervonta Davis is going to be Gervonta Davis. That's like me getting in the ring with Muhammad Ali. I can look good, but at the end of the day, it's still Muhammad Ali. So I think you guys got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let him grow. He's young. We can't kill these guys' spirit when they're young. It's not like he can't fight. Just let him grow. You'll see what happens with him. And Rolly spoke on the shoulder roll. I was like, come on, man. I guess what, you gotta have an opinion. I can't fight everybody's opinion, so I'm gonna just leave that alone. But what's crazy? I know Sugar Shane Mosley when he was junior, when he was 5'6", and I just seen him fight last night. I was like, oh shit, this is a whole ass grown man right now, like super middleweight. I was like, oh shit. But I remember when he was like 5'7". I think he was like 18, 17 pounds, 17 years. 17 years old, something like that. I met him in Wild Card with his father. His father was like, yo, that's my son, that's my son. And I was like, for real? Because me and Shane, we met quite a few different times. I was a photographer on one of
You
the
may
fights.
feel like it's your time.
All right, well, yo.
Mark, Miami, what up?
What up? What up? How I sound?
Straight.
I bet. Hey man, I like to see that from Ryan. The shoulder roll, it can work for him because he got great hand speed, and if you run the shoulder roll, you can counter really well. Only things I would say is he started turning his back. He started ducking his head like he was looking down at the mat. He was looking down at the floor, like my coach would say, ain't nothing down there. But he was just looking down at the floor instead of looking up. But besides that, as I was watching the fight, I don't know if it's just me, but I actually had Duarte up on the cards because, Ryan started switching it up. He started moving around. He wasn't getting as active, and Duarte was out there trying to get him. But then Ryan showed why he's special. Got hand speed, and he got that knockout power. He can finish guys, so that's good to see. Now, whether you want to call it a sushi roll, California roll, quickie roll, whatever you want to call it, like some callers said, it worked for him. It got the job done. Now, if he can, work on it, get better, that's cool. Another thing, I know a lot of people were saying how that to drop that hand. In the first round, Duarte threw a hook, and his hand was up, and that hook hit his glove. And I'm like, okay, Ryan finally keeping his hands up. Then the very next round, he started dropping it, and he got hit. I was like, damn, Ryan, come on. Because, I'm not going to lie. You don't want to see the guy go down. He's a pretty good kid. He's a good fighter or whatever. So, but as far as what's next, I don't really know. Now, as far as for Floyd Schofield, shout out to y'all because y'all actually put me on that kid as a fighter. I put me on him. I remember once I had his dad on here. You had him on him. You had him on there too. I didn't really know about him. So when I seen him on the card, I said, let me check him out. Man, that kid got the goods. That kid can fight. Athletic, twitchy, got power. So no, I enjoyed the card. It was a pretty good fight, man. Shout out to y'all for doing what y'all do, giving us the content, man. That's my call.
Mark, appreciate you, man. I hear it's 85 in Florida these days, man. Salute. We got Counterpunch, Anthony in ATL.
Yo, what I want to know is how come nobody's saying that one name? You know that name that nobody really want to say. Or at 140, got niggas on hush mouth.
Matias?
Yeah, that.
Bro, because
that
everybody
right
see
there.
he's not ready for Matias. Like I'm telling you, 37% knockout ratio, 31-year-old Arnold Barboza. You talking about Matias? You trying to kill a kid?
Yeah. Hey, see, that's the thing. Once you got a body on your record, people talk about wanting to have that, but once you have that, nobody wants to fight you. You see why all these fights are getting stopped quick, right? Like the corners are stopping the fight because they see what happened to Dadashev. Dadashev was tough. I went back and watched that fight, rewatched that fight, because, I wasn't aware of what he had been doing because I seen him fight on that night, and I was like, wow, So I went back and watched the Dadashev fight. And what you realize is that your fighter can be tough, right? He can make it to the end, but he won't be the same. And shout out to the Buddy, what's his name?
McGirt.
McGirt. Yes, him. Buddy McGirt, that guy is for sure one of the best trainers in the world because he stopped that fight. And maybe it could have been stopped sooner, right? But now all of the other people
Yeah,
are
but
seeing,
the thing is that Buddy has lost someone in the ring, so he has already had. Buddy just got over the stigma that he was going to stop a fight too early. He just got over that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Obviously, I've been doing this 13, 14 years. So within my career, I heard of the stigma and I've watched him get over that stigma. But, Buddy's been in tough situations in the corner already multiple times.
And it showed. And it definitely showed that night. You know, that's a guy that you want to have in your corner, you know, because he's been in there before. So, you know, he's going to get you out of there. Like, I respect that so much, you know, and now you see, like, what's happening. Like, all of these coaches now, when they're going up against this guy, like 5 rounds in, if you ain't got it, like, it's time to go home. And sometimes the fighters are now like, yeah, it's time to go home. And I get it, because none of these guys want to die for this shit, right? That Maxim didn't know he was going to die, you know. But I don't think that Ryan would die against Matias. I think Matias is wide open.
But he's
now,
not ready yet. You can't throw him in there with a dude like Matias until he establishes better defense and an authoritative jab, like a confident, like he got no confidence. The kid, if you, I feel like if you feint him or you be like boo, he flinch up, he curls up, he like a dog.
I mean, it sounds good, but everybody ain't Tank, right? Like everybody can't do to him what Tank did to him. It just shows, right? Because you can say he looked like this and that.
My dude, Duarte wasn't Tank, and you ain't see what he had success with doing. He just had slow feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he didn't get home. He didn't hurt him. He didn't drop him. You know, he didn't really do much of anything, you know, to hurt him.
He hit Ryan to the body. That shit changed his whole fighting style. But that's the time. I got actually, Tons is not your time. Not just yet. We got Burrow City E with a counterpunch.
Yeah. Oh. Scales of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. Man, I get that shit. I get that shit a 6, man. Ryan ain't look the worst, but he damn sure ain't look the best. Ryan still got a little PTSD from that Tank, man. From that bad liver shot he took the Tank, that rib shot or whatever. He still got a little PTSD. Things I did like, he improved patience-wise. He wasn't rushing his work. He wasn't being over-aggressive. You know, the stuff about the first 4 rounds, he was looking pretty all right. But then he got like somewhere around mid-4th, bottom of the 4th, he caught that left to the body, and it changed his whole demeanor, man. He was slouching over, but damn near turning his back, like just praying he ain't got hit with a big shot. Like, it wasn't defense. I mean, it was somewhat the shoulder roll was effective in the earlier rounds, but as he went on, like after he felt the power, it was more so him turning away, trying not to feel a big one, trying to avoid the big one. And, you know, you can get away with that with Duarte. You can't get away with no shit like that against Matisse, because he not going – Matisse going to uppercut. He going to uppercut and slow, fast shot you to death. Like where he throw one fast, then one slow. Then he throw a couple little combinations fast, and he get back power shot. And shit like that there for Ryan World up right now. Like, I was pretty good with the lateral movement. But when you gonna move like that, man, when you moving like that lateral like that, bro, you got to stop every once in a while and throw a stiff jab, throw a stab jab to the body, then get out the way, slide again. Like it's a lot Ryan got to work on. Like he really do need to stay away from any real contenders, even though I don't feel like Rolly nothing to worry about. Like, I feel like he sleep Rolly. It'll be a tougher fight than what people think it's going to be, because Rolly got real power, and he's a little quicker than what you think he is. But I believe Ryan figured him out to get him out there. But one thing he did learn in this fight was patience, though. Like, he learned, like, you can say what you want. He was taking half step. He was looking a little better. He was taking half step backs and kind of clipping Duarte as soon as he come in. And I mean, with clean left hooks and clean shots that Duarte ain't even seen coming in. He was eating them at first, but I guess as the fight went on, I mean, that shit broke his ass down. Ryan kind of reminded me of Jermell Charlo in that first Castano fight. Only difference is Ryan, this time when he heard him, he put him down. Like, you know, when Jermell had hurt Castano that first fight, he didn't jump on him right away. I felt like he did the same thing where, you know, he was boxing around, came across the right punch and then finished him, whereas Jamel didn't finish him. Like that's what I felt like I was watching all over again. He was kind of, after he felt the power, didn't want to let his hands go. But I mean, it's only up from here. It's the first fight under there. You know what I mean? It was, like I said, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst of fun, but it wasn't the best. It's damn sure better than that snore fest we watched with Shakur. You know what I mean? I'll watch this shit 10 times again if I watch that shit there again. But you know, like I said, I give it a 6. As far as that boy Schofield like that, man. I like that. I like that boy. He look explosive. He look subtle. He look like he got a game plan. That like he got a mean. He don't use it all the time. I done watched a couple of his fights. He don't use it religiously, but the boy got a mean, stiff jab that if he really use it, like he could be hurting people with that motherfucker. It's a stiff ass little jab, man, and it's quick. You know what I mean? I like to see Schofield against somebody like maybe Max. I think he could get Maxie Hughes right now. You know what I mean? I think he'll beat Maxie Hughes right now. Or either I wouldn't mind seeing him just for the growing pains. I wouldn't mind seeing him against that dude Frank Martin had struggles with, that bronze Olympian. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
Yeah, I think they going to JoJo Diaz route.
If they could get him, like, you know what I mean? I know JoJo had a lot going on with his case or whatever. I didn't know he was really, trying to fight back. I don't know how that shit playing. I didn't know he was trying to fight this quick. But that'd be a banger, though, if you could get that JoJo. I feel like he stopped JoJo right now. Hey, how long has it been since JoJo last fight?
Ooh, I'm going to have to check. Let me get on that.
That's been a hot minute. Like, JoJo getting stopped. He up in the ring with that young boy right now. Yeah, I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind if they could find a way to get him and Frank Martin set. Both of them need a stepping stone fight. I know this is more of a fight for the future, but hell, they gave us J-Rock and Charlo once like that when they was young. I wouldn't mind doing that again real quick because both of them need a quick career jump start, and that'd be a big, super little fight that could really, pole vote one of them in the stardom if they could get a solid performance and win off the other.
JoJo last fought July of this year, so he just fought versus Jerry Perez. But I appreciate you. Yeah, Jerry Perez had just lost to JoJo. Then after that, Justin Paolo actually stopped him on Pro Box. We watched that fight. Sean, congratulations on the win last night.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes. What up?
All right. I mean, Ryan looked good. Just like Bruce Lee, I'm going to give him 1 out of 10. It looked like it was about 7. He got to stay active. I think the most active he can get will be the most sharpness we can get from him. Obviously, no one likes the shoulder roll. He said he was trying it. He just randomly tried it. It worked for 2 rounds. It worked really good for 2 rounds, and then it didn't work because then Duarte started he just made him look like a fool by not doing anything. But I agree with you on him. He should try to fight Arnold Barboza. If O'Hara Davis really ain't gonna take no step aside money and he's gonna cock block, even though it's it's not really cock block.
How you gonna call it that?
Come on, Ness. People say they don't take the money, but when that money hits, they'll take it.
But you talking about he cock blocking if he don't get it, if he don't take it, which means you saying he hating on Ryan somehow for wanting his shot.
I see it from a Harry Davis point of view because if he beats Rolly, he's just getting a bigger bag fighting Ryan.
Word.
So I see what he's doing. But so if Ryan really don't get that Rolly fight, he should fight Barboza next. Arnold Barboza, he's topping almost every sanctioning body. I'm pretty sure he's top 5 in every single one.
It's a tough fight, but a winnable fight.
Oh yeah, and it sounds like him and Oscar, they're not back on the same page, but Oscar's gonna give him what he wants. They asked him, "Are you looking to be active?" And Oscar said, they asked Oscar, are they able to make it happen? Him being active, he's like, yeah, he wants to be a champion. He wants to keep fighting. We'll get it done. So it looks like they about to give him the gauntlet. So hopefully he gets Barboza, beats him.
Knock it off. The gauntlet. Can we please choose better words?
Bro, this is the Golden Boy gauntlet. Come on, don't do that.
Golden Boy gauntlet, bro. Honestly, like this is like his own Super Six of like the guys we weren't talking about, and that's okay. And that's okay.
Listen,
because he's trying to rebuild, but like we can't use phrases like he's going through the gauntlet.
I mean, 140. I mean, the 140-pound division. If he fights Barboza,
but think about what
O'Hare
you're
Davis,
saying.
Rolly,
You're saying
that's half of the division right there.
Yeah, but you're saying that going through Barboza and O'Hare Davies and Rolly is the gauntlet when Tank jumped up from 30 and beat Rolly.
No, he beat him at 135.
Yeah, jumped up, right?
No, Tank was already a 135 pounder.
Bro, you know that man fluctuates. Come on.
But listen, Ryan, he just needs to stay active. That's all. The best active. I think he'll get more sharp. I know a lot of people are blaming Derrick James, or not blaming him by saying they didn't see no improvements.
That is the bell, though, player from the Himalaya. We got tons in the building.
Nestor, what's up?
Chilling.
Hey man, if I can make a suggestion, man, get the Paula Malignaggi "Boxing is Full of Shit" clip, man, and use that, because there's two quotes that'll last forever in boxing. Boxing is full of shit and don't know shit about boxing. Because I mean, I didn't watch the fight. I didn't. I listened to it. I listened to a call. I didn't watch the fight. But I'm going to ask you a question. Did Ryan look better than he did against Tank?
Man, that's open for interpretation. For sure.
Okay, did he look better than he did against Fortuna?
Better than he did against Fortuna. I would say I cannot say he looked better or worse than he did in any fight. All I can say is that he definitely showed more tools in this fight. Now, are those tools sharpened? Are they squeaky and greased up yet? I mean, are they not squeaky and greased up? Nah. But did he show different tools? Yeah.
And this whole week he said that this is the most focused he's been on boxing since he's been professional, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, he showed it. He got the knockout. At the end of the day, we want excitement, and he produced that while showing some vulnerability that, leads us to believe he still needs to work on things.
Yeah, but I mean, he said he wanted to be more active. He's with a new trainer, so he can only improve. If he does what he says he wants to do, all he can do is improve, and he'll get his title shot when he gets it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's still young. We don't want to see him lose. Most people just want to see him lose, and I'm not even a fan of Ryan, but I respect his skill. You know what I'm saying? I respect the route that he's going. He put it all on the line in his last fight against Davis. He did that. So, I mean, we want to see him against killers, and he's still developing. And he even said pretty much that I'm developing.
Yep.
Let him develop, man. Let him develop. But that's my call, man. Peace.
All right. It's funny the way he put it, right? Like, it is crazy to say that you still developing and need to develop. Wow, Haney's an former undisputed world champ, going for a second title in a second division, or his first title in a second division, and Shakur is already a multiple division champ with multiple titles. Tank, same thing. Ryan is last or behind when you put him, compare him to his contemporaries. Like even with Tio was unified, and he's a multiple division champ. Um, to think even Rolly's a full champ, and some can argue multiple division champ. I don't know what kind of belt he had at 35. Was that the regular or was it the interim? I don't even know. But yeah. Ryan might need to step it up because we he is getting older and we are still talking development and needing to take things slow, which again, in comparison to his contemporaries, is just like, whoa. Adrian, Dallas, what up?
Hey, what's up, Ness? It's inevitable. It's D Block, D Town, D City, D Ville, Baltimore. Ah! Great show, Ness. Great show as always. Great Sunday, man. Nothing but blessings to you, my brother. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Ryan Garcia needs to step it up. I mean, this was a great fight for him. Yeah, I know it was a catch weight. I mean, I feel like he needs to step it up a little bit more. Stop worrying about, what's going on. Chill with his promoters. Work the problems out. Get your mind straight. Work with your trainer, and from there on. I mean, I feel like Teofimo Lopez is way advanced career-wise compared to to a certain stance. I mean, Haney's right there with him. I just feel like the four kings. I mean, we got Ryan Garcia at 4. I mean, we got Teofimo and Devin Haney, the top 2. We got Tank Davis, even though I don't like the guy at all for what he stands for. He's 3. I mean, you know what I mean? And Ryan Garcia from the four kings, he's 4. I mean, what do you think, Ness?
I don't even know that we could put 4 Ryan. Like, again, Rolly has a belt. Everybody has accomplished more than Ryan. I don't know that you can call him a king or put him with the 4 kings. If you're going to put anybody as a king, isn't it Shakur, Devin, Tank, fucking anyone else, not Ryan?
Well, I mean, I think that's what we're coming out with, right? In the beginning, 4 kings, that's how they had it. The zone, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, the dude is,
we wanted.
But he never proved he was a king. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody else got belts. Yeah. Everybody else got accolades. He never proved he was a king. He was a prince. He went at the shot at one of the kings and failed.
He failed miserably. You know what I mean? I was so shocked. I mean, I couldn't believe it, man.
Yeah, Tio is the other king. Tio is the other king, showing that he's doing king shit.
Yeah, he's legit. Tio is legit. I got nothing but respect, for Tio. I mean, the way, all his certain situations were going down with him and his wife or ex-wife or maybe wife again, his dad, certain situations. But, Tio's bounced back, man. But we already know Tio could say he's going to retire today and tomorrow he's still, he's still active. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you could put Rolly to a certain degree, even though Rolly, at the end of the day, you remember seeing him fight, and everybody didn't give it to him in that fight. But at the end, it's a W. Rolly got it. And Ryan Garcia just needs to step it up a little bit more, man, and get him a real crown. If he wants to fight Rolly Romero, I think that would be a good fight. What you think, Ness?
Yeah, I mean, I want Barboza first, then O'Hara Davies before he fights Rolly.
Okay. And do you want Rolly to take any actual fights, or is he going to stay?
I mean, if in a perfect world, Rolly could fight O'Hara Davies, but he's already fighting in January. Rolly's not even cleared.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man, as always.
Rolly's not even cleared till March, so it's like you can't wait on him, right? Like, he's not cleared till March. O'Hara's fighting in January. So, if in a perfect world they would cancel each other out and Ryan fights Barboza and the winner of, but there's going to be an extra fight there. So I would take it if I'm Ryan for development, man. Baby Joker, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, A block, B block, C block, D block. Shout out Guatemala. Yo, shout out Ryan Garcia, bro. And shout out to all the Mexican Americans. I heard that call earlier. They said it's a great win for the Mexican Americans.
Yeah.
It is a great win for the Mexican Americans. He looked good, bro, but I'm with a lot of these callers. I don't think he's ready for any of them big dogs up there. That's why I said yesterday, give him Michelle Rivera. Why not? I like it. Muhammad Ali versus Ryan Garcia. That shit's gonna sell, man. I mean, I saw Rivera calling out Matias, bro. That's suicide. Come get paid with Ryan Garcia, bro. Come get paid with Ryan Garcia and get your money on this side.
Yo, I've been seeing that too, bro. They crazy, bro. They crazy
Yeah,
taking that fight. Like,
yeah.
like he don't got a shot, in my opinion. He get hit too much by regular folk.
I mean, Ryan did say is he's still developing, like I said. But yesterday you told me you didn't want to see it because you didn't think Michelle looked that great. I mean, give him to Ryan, bro. It's another little
Yeah,
developmental fight.
I mean, I just think, like, are they really gonna let Ryan get that fight? Like, is PBC gonna send him over? Are we gonna be able to get that fight free of issue? If we could get it, then we could get it, and then it don't mind because I get the marketing of it. But again, I think Michelle and Arnold. I think I see more from Arnold than I do from Michelle. I think Arnold shows us more. I think he
And I do
pushes
like
Ryan
I do like
more.
Rolly for him too. I like Rolly. It's a nice
And
even
Arnold
match.
is Mexican, and so it's another Mexican.
I'm telling you, he should just take the executioner route and start fucking annihilating them.
Well, nah.
Maybe he
If he
should.
keeps beating Mexicans, Mexico's gonna support him. So I like Arnold next. If
Hey,
somebody says Zepeda, if they want to move up Zepeda and let him get his ass whooped.
yo. So for all the Mexican Americans, let me give y'all another name that you need to follow, and that's Jesse Bam Rodriguez, December 16th. Keep an eye out. The dude's a motherfucking killer.
But he's
Uh,
born in America.
Mexican American, bro.
So why
Another
you
Mexican
rocking
American.
with him then?
I don't. I mean, I rock with skills, man. Y'all got it fucked up. Y'all think I'm just like a Mexican, a Mexican boxer lover. Hell nah.
Okay. So you don't
Yeah.
you don't rock with the Mexican born. You
No, no.
just
I just,
rocks
I
with
just
the with,
fucking
with
rock with
the
whoever got the
skill.
best skills, bro. Best skills. And
Well, why you was going with Rocky over Foster? Foster had the better
no. I
skills.
I had told you that Foster needed to do certain things to win that fight, and that's what he did, bro. There's no way in hell anyone thought Foster was gonna knock him out.
Hell no.
Exactly, and if he didn't, he would have lost that fight.
Word.
Yeah, fucking this whole month boxing is fucking dope, and then it looks like the beginning of next year is gonna be great too.
Yeah,
Better be
January
Callum
6th,
Smith,
right?
Munguia, Ryder.
Yeah.
They're all generated too, bro. Yeah, but yeah, keep an eye out. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, September 16th. The
All
real
right.
skilled motherfucker right there. Have a good one, Nash.
You the man. Appreciate you. Looks like we got Boxing Fan.
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yo, what's going on, Ness?
Chilling.
Man, bro, I did not see anything improved by Ryan, bro. If anything, he looked worse than what he looked at Tank, bro. I mean, he owed Floyd Mayweather a fucking apology with that fucking disgusting shoulder I ever seen. This guy was fucking crawling back into a fucking ball, giving his ass to Duarte. You know, I mean, what kind of shit is that, bro? You got your fucking trainer telling you to stop doing that shit. Clearly, this motherfucker ain't listening to his trainers. Like, I'm tired of this kid, bro. Like, I don't think he takes this shit serious. This motherfucker crying over here. He wanted the Tank fight. He was ready for it. All to say that he wasn't fucking dedicated. Fucking look horrible against Tank. Like, then he goes with Duarte, which, I mean, he was tough, but you should have taken him out, bro. Like, that style was tailor-made for him. You couldn't even get him out, bro. You know, this motherfucker was running. I mean, this guy's just, I honestly want him out of boxing, bro. Like, and then he calls out fucking Rolly, bro. Of course he'll call out fucking Rolly, because Rolly ain't no fucking real fighter, bro. This motherfucker just rather fight the TikToks, the fucking Dean Whites, or the fucking mid-fits boxing. Like, I think Ryan should just quit boxing, go do exhibitions. Maybe a fight with him and Jake Paul is his fucking future, bro. Because this kid, I'm telling you, 140, He's food for everyone, bro. Matias will murder this boy. Devin will fucking make this boy look like ass. Fucking Regis will fucking knock him out. Like, he has no fucking chance, bro. And it's like, what's next, bro? You know, you're gonna fucking blame you. Let's say he leaves Golden Boy, goes to Al Heyman. Bro, this motherfucker's gonna start blaming Al Heyman for everything, bro. I'm just tired of this motherfucker, bro. And that's my call, Ness.
All right, brother. Tell us why you really mad. I appreciate you using us to express your frustrations, man. The voice of the people. There is no equal. We got Kerry G. Sorry I didn't get to this sooner. He says, also love Ryan, Derek, James, corner dynamic. Hope they really keep working and getting better. Thought they did really well. Duarte looked strong despite coming up. Duarte did look strong, but just slow to me. And obviously not enough activity. I mean, but I get it. You know, he felt the power of Ryan because if you watched his previous fights, he lets his hands go more. He definitely lets his hands go more. I don't want to get Ryan killed. Andrew, maybe you're joining the show late. I prefer to have him fight Arnold Barboza, then O'Hara Davies, then Rolly. Unlike a lot of people, I think Rolly's a dangerous fight for Ryan, and he needs to be with his trainer a few more times so that, you know, things work properly. This is only his first fight with Derek. And it's like the last caller said, he did turn his back. He did give up his ass, no homo, to, Duarte a few times by turning away from the action. They need to work on those things because that's not a good look. People going to make, TikToks about that shit. Kerry G, $5. If Ryan really improves skill on top of his beastly speed and strength, he'd be a real problem, but gotta stay dedicated. Hopefully he does. Supermax, $5 says, go rewatch Four Kings documentary history. Looks favorable, but there was a lot of the same issues today. They marinated two Axe Tommy Hearns. I hear you, champ. I don't care about the Four Kings and the history. I was just saying Ryan ain't a king. T.O.'s done, T.O. has the accolades, Tank has the accolades, Devin has the accolades, Shakur has the accolades. Like, Shakur took and earned the spot of Ryan. Ryan had a shot. He didn't want to fight Devin as the interim champion, and Devin being the WBC champ. He told us it's not that he was avoiding Devin, it's just that he'd rather fight Tank. So you got your shot at Tank and you didn't win. So at the end of the day, Tank is 3-division, 4-time champion, something like that. Shakur is now 3-division champion. Devin is undisputed and attempting the 2nd division. Even Regis is 2-time champion. T.O., multiple division champion, unified former champion. And even Rolly, say what you want, he is a champion, something that Ryan hasn't done. Ryan is right underneath those guys with an interim WBC title. That's the biggest accolade that he's won. So he really, really needs to take this serious so that he can be taken serious. But Nets GTO, Instagram and Twitter. See you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Later.